This is the waste dump for the mine we're about to check out. You can see how it's just flat in this large area here. Pretty big waste dump, and then there is a very old cabin, and that's right next to the mine portal, which we'll show you in a second. Not sure what this structure was used for. It looks more like a shop than a cabin. They have like a tool chest there, and that could have been for like a something related to like a blacksmith or something. I'm not sure. The door is over here. Well, there's another door, I should say. I don't think that one opens. And all our stuff's laying here, but turn the corner and there is the lower main adit. And it's very old school. They have unmilled timbers here at the portal, and I looked inside a bit and it goes as far as we can see, so we'll head on in and check it out. Okay, just inside, the rock in this mine is very dark. It's pretty hard to see very far in here. Some pile of stuff in here. Alright, I just came over that small backfilled area, and looks like we have some timbering up ahead. Very primitive, unmilled timber in here. Obviously they did notch it, but these are basically just tree trunks. Very, very old mine. Tunnels opened up quite a bit here. For being such an old mine, I'm surprised at how large this haulage way is. And I'm talking about cross section here. I'm able to stand up perfectly straight, and I have a few inches of clearance, so it's a pretty big tunnel. So, I think we're in a crosscut right now, and I know that because we're going straight back into the mountain. So we've arrived at a junction. We got a drift running off to the right. We have a small raise above us. Haulage way continues forward, and something off to the left. And I noticed there are pieces of rail on the ground here. So that's what the rail would have looked like in here. Let's head off to the right first. Small carved out area here. Another raise raise with some rotten looking timber. Looks like an old chute. Wow, that's a good sized pit. Off to the right's a small room. Forward it keeps going. I'm going to navigate my way around this pit. Catch up with you guys over there or over there, depending on what I see. Okay, that's the pit down there. And I've ventured up into a stope. Not particularly large, but pretty fair-sized. Man, that goes off. I don't want to squeeze back there, but I feel like I should. I'm gonna go down to the right of the pit first, though. There's another raise. This is to the right of the pit. That's a dead end. Okay, that's the portal way back there. We are back at this junction. That's where we just were. And then we have something off the left. And we'll try going forward. Seems like there's a tiny bit of airflow coming this way. But not a whole lot. Jeez. Oh man. Big collapse there. Something off to the right, but that's a dead end. Okay, so I just made my way over the orange collapse back there, beyond this one, and then over this one as well. And now I'm standing in a haulage way. There's something off there, but we're gonna go this way first. This was main haulage, it appears, because there are cross ties still on the ground. Here's a large wooden door. It's hard to tell if there's any airflow coming through here or not. If there is any, it's not much. It's not a good sign, but it is what it is. This shoots back for a long ways, apparently. That's not good. Now that is a complete total collapse. And there's no way up, down, or around that. So back out. There's a couple other options we have before we check out the upper adits. Okay, that's the orange collapse again. For your information, it collapsed on a three-way junction. So off that way is back toward the portal. That way is toward the big dark colored collapse, and I'm off to the left right now. So here is a winds station, and said winds is right here. It's actually a very deep winds. I'll toss a rock down to get a sense of scale, but it goes down a ways. It looks like it heads into some stopes. It's hard to tell though. Up there is where the hoist would have been, but it's been removed. You can see, I think the cable must have been running along this metal sheet here to avoid scraping against the rock. That's just a guess though. And that hoist would have serviced the winds here. It's a shame it's gone, because it would have been a very, very, very old hoist. Looking forward, the drift does continue on. And we'll check that in a second. First, we can throw a rock down the winds. Doesn't actually seem too deep. It's hard to tell though. It definitely changes angle. So, not sure. Well, all that's left to do down here is check this drift out. Looks like they were just storing timber in here. I doubt this goes anywhere. It's a dead end. This continues, but dead ends right there. Okay, so we'll make our way back to the orange collapse, and then I think that's about it. We might have one tunnel to explore in this level, but I think next stop is the upper levels. Okay, we're at the top of the mountain here. It's sunset. It's very beautiful. Hard to see the view with this wide angle lens, but it is amazing. Okay, we are entering the town site associated with this abandoned mine. Doesn't seem like there's much left, but we're gonna poke around. It seems like most of the buildings have either burned or collapsed. The first structure here is this interesting underground home. It's got a door with a screen on it, and inside it's pretty overgrown, so I'll show you guys a view from the top. So here's the top of the underground house. You can see the roof has caved in, but you can also see there's a couple distinct rooms in the house, so it's kind of interesting. Down that way is the remainder of the town site, so we'll go over there and check it out. Can dump down there. This looks like a burned structure here, potentially. There's There's a very faint remnants of a foundation, stone foundation up there. There's another foundation there. I think this is a boiler slag. I know it's from a boiler. That means there was probably a pretty sizable boiler here at one point. There are cans and broken glass pieces all over the place here. So at one time there was quite a bit of human activity all around this area. This looks like a root beer can of, not sure what brand it is, but it says root beer right there.